Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two with your host, me, that guy who is called Chris. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 124. If you missed last week's episode, that's because it is on YouTube. Go to the website. It's mine and Thomas Kramer's reaction to Batman v Superman. Spoiler alert. I enjoyed it because I went in with different expectations and was able to have fun at the movies. Imagine that. Before I get into my guest today, as always, I'd like to thank Comic Bento and 5-4 Club. Both excellent services. Comic Bento, you get a monthly crate. Brain fart. You get a monthly crate of comic books at your door, and it's all themed, and they're all great reads. And 5-4 Club, you get awesome clothing. You get like $180. Oh, you get $1 million worth of clothing for only $60 a month. I mean, come on, that's not a bad deal. So, link both of those are in the description. Click on there, sign up. Tell them Chris sent you. But yeah, I guess I should get into my guest for 124. My guest today is the amazing and the talented and the wonderful and the other good descriptive word, Melissa Szewczok. And I had her on early in the podcast years ago. And then she was on my last one. And I enjoyed talking with her. And I'm just going to say this right now. Sorry, Melissa, I'm going to put you on the spot. We're gonna do a film project. We talk about it. You, me, Bobcat, we're doing it. But it was nice playing catch up with her, and I really enjoy her. And you know what? You guys should enjoy this episode. Sit back, relax, and Chris, cue the music, please. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I have nothing but time today.
Well, I don't, but I've got time. Just
there we go.
No, my computer had a virus, and I had to like reset the factory settings, and it lost a lot of stuff. So I didn't really think about it. I went to use Skype, and it's like this version of Skype is not working, and crap.
No, I hear you. I've definitely been there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this past summer my editing computer died, so I've had and it sucks because I had all my programs on it, and so I had to switch over to my laptop, and I'm still trying to get used to all the different programs. I'm pretty used to it now, but still, it's just like, meh.
It takes time.
Yeah, and especially after all those programs I bought.
Oh.
The worst program I'm probably more upset that I can't use is Final Cut Studio.
Yeah.
That costs like thousands of dollars, and I can't use it.
That sucks, because if you buy it, you can only, like, install it on one computer ever, or what? There's no, like, backup?
No, there's a backup of it, but it only works on Mac.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, in order for me to use it, I need to get another Mac.
Mac.
Yeah, and so that's where I'm just like, part of me is just like, you know what, Chris? You were never really a fan of Apple. You just had one, and you used it, so... And then the other part of me was like, Chris, you spent money on these programs, so you should just get an Apple. But I go back and forth.
It's kind of 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other in that case, though. It's like
Yes.
spend thousands more dollars on another one just
Right.
to like use the programs that you already spent money on, or do you cut your losses and get something that you actually like?
Exactly. And I've never heard that expression before either.
What?
Yeah, the six. What'd you say? Sixes, ones.
6 in one, half dozen in the other. You've
I've
never heard that
never
expression?
never heard that. That sounds awesome.
It just basically means like same shit, different pile, right?
Right. Oh, I've heard that one. Yes.
Yeah. But like, yeah, you've got 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. It's the same thing, but they're different. Yeah, I don't know.
Gosh, that just rolls
I
right
can't.
out of your mouth.
No, it doesn't. It's clunky. I just can't believe you've never heard that.
I've never heard that. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought that was part of the general zeitgeist of things.
I'm Canadian zeitgeist, maybe.
There's no way that's just Canadian. Now that's gonna bug me. I'm like, is this a Canadian thing?
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Say it again.
6 in one, half dozen in the other.
Okay, I'm gonna ask my mom that quote, and we'll see what happens. And then I feel like it's a Canadian thing.
I wonder. I'm looking at it on Google right now to see if there's an origin to it. It doesn't say. Maybe it is Canadian, or maybe it's British, and then
Oh, okay, yeah.
and then as with most British things, they trickle down into our Canadian.
Right, just like the Queen.
Just like the Queen.
The Queen and your money. Can you say that with a British accent?
Oh my goodness, you're okay. No, I don't know if I can do it. It's gonna be really, really, really bad.
So the only British accent I can kind of do is Jason Statham.
The only one I can kind of do is just like a horrible imitation of a British accent.
Okay.
So it's just like, it sounds like a kid trying to be British.
Hello.
Like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hello, Governor.
There we go.
Well, Chris, it's like 6 in one, half dozen in the other.
Oh, that's totally British. I feel like it is British.
It must be.
That's something.
Yeah. It's like, it doesn't matter which one you choose because they're, yeah.
There we go.
It must be British. That must be British.
I'm willing to put money on that.
It came from the motherland.
There we go. So what's been going on with you, Melissa? We haven't chatted in a long time.
Oh gosh, just living life, I really don't have too much exciting to report, to be honest. But we'll find something. We'll find something exciting to talk about.
There we go. Well, I was thinking about this last night because I don't want this to sound weird, but I've been thinking of you a lot just because I was just like, I had a good chat with her. And then I was listening to our last episode, and that's when I said, I should talk to Melissa more because she's just great to talk to.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Of course. And so, and it's funny because you were on, the early stages of the podcast.
Yeah.
Where I didn't know what I was doing yet, but it was still okay. And now that it's been a couple years, I've just kind of like wanted to go back and have more people from the early days just on and doing, bullshitting.
I like it.
There you go. And I also do have one more thing to confess. I am so far on Mad Men.
You're not done?
I have not watched past season 5.
Ah, come on.
I know.
Oh no.
I know. And the thing that happened was so in the time we haven't chatted, I moved to Chicago and kind of did some stuff there, did some work. Not fun stuff, so unfortunately Chicago in my head wasn't very fun because I was working the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I couldn't watch Mad Men at all. Couldn't get caught up or anything. And then I moved once my year lease was up. I was like, I'm going back home to save the money and to kind of chill and relax. And then I ended up not working for like 7 months. So I in that time I probably should have watched Mad Men, but I still couldn't.
Yeah,
I still couldn't find the time.
No, it sounds to me like you had ample time to watch.
Now that I say that, I did. I kind of But here's the thing about old Chris. When it comes to Mad Men, I want to own it on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
I don't Netflix in that chunk of time. The only thing I watched on Netflix was Daredevil and immediately canceled the service.
Because the quality just isn't. It's not there.
Yeah, I'm just. I'm joking. I'm just not a fan of streaming.
Fair enough.
So, and it's nice to actually have something to hold in my hand and be like, I own this.
It is. It is nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's why when people always give me weird thoughts. I haven't gotten into arguments, but people have gotten mad at me for the fact that I don't like to stream movies and or music.
I'm the same way. I also don't like to stream movies or music, and people do that too. But it's free, and I'm like, yeah, but the quality just isn't.
Right.
It's just not there. I watch Netflix. I have it, so if there's something that I don't get with my cable, I'll watch it, or the Netflix original things. But I much prefer, if there's a movie that I really want to watch and it's on my TV, I would rent the HD version rather than watch the Netflix version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and see, lately I've been renting a lot of movies just because they're always pretty good price. I'll stream that, and then if I like it, I'll go and buy the Blu-ray.
So there you go.
So
if it's something.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just I can't. I don't know. I used to be a huge Netflix supporter back when they had when they were just the mail-in DVD service.
Yeah, did that even ever happen in Canada?
No, I don't think so. No,
I don't think so either. I think once we got it, it was just streaming.
It was great because the most I would ever rent were 4 movies at a time. And I would just pump them out like crazy. I was probably watching, because they would do like 2 shipments a week, so I'd watch 8 movies in a week and then just get more every week, and it was great.
Yeah.
It did come to the point though where I watched so many movies, I didn't have anything to watch, so I would stop and discontinue my service for a couple months just to let the catalog rise up again, and then I would start all over.
And then you'd start again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I guess the catalog was probably still fairly small.
Yeah,
or you're just crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm just crazy. I would watch everything. I watch so many movies. It still kind of amazes me that I would watch 8 movies a week.
Yeah, that is a lot. I mean, most people don't get to a movie a day.
Right. Well,
or in that case, more than a movie a day, but that's a lot.
Yeah, and well, and the thing is, I'm trying to remember if it was before or after film school. It must have been before, but I'm not too sure. Because I probably, in anticipation for film school, I was probably like, I need to watch every classic film.
Everything that ever was made. I need to
watch Clerks.
Well, everybody needs to watch Clerks.
Right. Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
Not a huge fan of Clerks.
I haven't seen it for so long that I'm not sure it would hold up. If I watched it now, I might not find it so amusing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Clerks 2 is definitely the better movie for sure. It
is. Because there's no budget behind Clerks, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I would be willing to say that Clerks 2 is probably Kevin Smith's best film.
Really?
I would probably go there. I watched Chasing Amy, and I thought, it's okay.
It's okay. It's not my favorite.
Yeah. Do you
I
have a favorite?
used to really, when I was a teenager, a young
Hmm.
teenager, Mallrats, we used to watch all
Yes.
the
Yeah.
time. But I do really enjoy Dogma as well. I think Dogma is really funny.
I
But
yeah I
but it's been
don't.
a while. It's been a quite some time since I've watched any Kevin Smith movie, to be honest. So I wonder if now I would still feel the same way.
Right, right. Well, see, the last movie of his I saw was Tusk.
I
And
did not see that.
it's, the funny thing is that I mean the film is good. And look, let me just say off, I enjoyed the movie.
Hmm.
But I enjoy, the huge setup, of course. Setup before Justin Long goes and visits this crazy old man. But one of the most disturbing things was seeing Justin Long turned into a walrus. It was so disturbing.
Yeah, I can imagine that being quite disturbing. And this is just from, it's a couple years ago that came out, or?
Yeah, yeah, it's just a couple. It's his one of his most recent ones. He has another one coming out this year, but yeah.
I didn't even really hear much about Tusk.
Yeah, nobody did. It didn't really perform that well.
Yeah, I don't even remember it being here. I go to the movies a fair bit, so I'm
Hmm.
always looking at what's playing. I don't even remember that playing, but I mean, it could have slipped by me.
And what was the last movie you saw in either at home or in the theater? You know what? Let's do both.
Okay, in the theater, I watched all the Best Picture noms for this year. So I think the
Nice.
last one that I saw was Room, or no, Brooklyn was my last one, the 8 out of 8 that I needed to see. So Brooklyn was the last movie I saw in the theater.
Okay.
Okay. And then last night I watched Gilda, that old Rita Hayworth,
Hmm.
um, really old movie that she's in. That movie is really, old movies are weird. I love them and I watch them, but some of the things that they they can be so racy and you don't expect it because it's an old movie and all the censorship laws that they used to have, but
Right.
the subjects they touch on sometimes I'm like, "Ooh, holy cow, are they doing this?"
When it comes to old movies, I have a hard time paying attention to the story because it's all dialogue driven, right?
Yes, it really depends. Some old movies I really, really love and I'll watch over and over again. And then some
Hmm.
I'll get partway through and I kind of have that attention lapse and I'll say, okay, I'm not going to pay attention to this. I'm just going to throw in the towel on it.
Right. I see. I love the Marx Brothers movies, so I'll just watch them like crazy. But I can't really tell you the plots of them because
Yeah,
I just enjoy the jokes and all the random musical numbers that go on,
yeah.
and just the silliness of it. But yeah, I have a hard time just. Oh, so this is happening because there's one story and then there's another story, and they all come together in the end.
Hmm.
But okay, yeah. So what did you? So you saw Room?
I saw all of the Best Picture noms for this
How
year.
how was Room? Because that one looks the most interesting to me.
It's really good. It's not going to win
Okay.
because there's no like flash and dazzle to it, right?
Right.
She might win for acting. It's really good.
Uh,
It's a it's a downer though.
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
story is heartbreaking, but it's I would definitely recommend watching it. It's really well done. The acting's phenomenal. The writing's well done. It's good.
Okay. I
But
I do know what was up.
I'm just, just guessing, not anything to do with the quality of the movie, but just guessing how they kind of pick things. I don't think it's going to win Best Picture because
Hmm.
there is no razzle dazzle to it. It's just like, a really intense film about these people's lives where
Right.
yeah.
It's like I'm just happy to be here.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, I really enjoy Brie Larson.
Yeah, she
So
was fantastic.
yeah, and so I did an Oscar poll,
Hmm.
and I did pick her to win, even though I haven't seen Room. So
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if she did. She does it's really good. I haven't
uh,
seen, I haven't quite gotten through all the major categories, so I haven't seen Carol. I know Kate
mm,
Blanchett's up for that. I haven't seen a few of the other ones, but I've seen all the Best Picture ones.
okay. Now, what are your thoughts on Mad Max?
I watched it in the theater
Okay.
because you kind of need to with all the
R-
big, right, the all
yeah.
the effects. And I thought it was really cool and it really intense with all the action.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something that I don't care to watch it again. And
Right.
plot wise, it doesn't have too much of a like it's got a bit of a plot, right? But
Mm-hmm.
not there's not too much going on that it's more vroom vroom smash smash.
Right. Yeah. And see, that's how I felt, because I too saw it in the theater, and I've never seen any Mad Max movie.
Nor have I.
Yeah.
So
And so I watch this and I go, oh, I mean, I enjoyed it, but again, with your comment, I said I saw this once, I'm good.
yeah, that's how I felt. And I mean I've seen bits and clips and pieces here of the Mel Gibson one, Mad Max, but I've never watched an entire movie. And I
Hmm.
felt that this one, I feel like the effects were the achievement, not the story itself.
I feel like the best achievement was Tom Hardy's ADR, because he's just ADR'd that entire movie.
Yeah, of
and
course.
and I feel like and my buddy actually pointed this out. All A majority of Tom Hardy's movies are ADR'd.
Yeah, well, he's always got something covering his face.
Yeah, he's either covering his face, or he's like, you know what, I want to change up my accent or something. And
The
so I still haven't seen what's that, the Leo Bear fucker movie.
Revenant.
I still haven't seen that one, but I told my girlfriend, can you please let me know if Tom Hardy's voice is ADR'd in that movie? But she didn't tell me, so I don't know.
Oh, it might be in some parts.
Yeah, in some parts I'm okay
Because
with
there's
that.
a lot of like other noises that they might have needed to do some ADR, guns and bears and
Right,
things.
right. Guns and Bears,
Horses
the
and
Revenant, whatever.
yeah.
The blah blah blah. Did you see The Martian?
I did.
Did you? I am really pulling for Damon to win.
I loved it. I
I,
I have no interest in space movies. I've not watched
mhm,
Interstellar. I've not watched
mhm.
Gravity. I haven't seen any of these space movies. But I watched The Martian because I told myself I was gonna actually watch all the Best Picture nominees this year. So
Yeah,
I got to The Martian and I put it on, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so long because it's almost 3 hours, right?
right. Yeah.
And so I had a afternoon cleared for it,
There
and
we
I
go.
I loved it. I thought Damon was great. I thought the whole film was great.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I was pleasantly surprised.
I enjoy Matt Damon in that movie so much,
Yeah, he's
and
fantastic.
he's so good, and I love the character so much. Just I just love where he's just fuck you, Mars.
Oh yeah, or
It's
where he's just like fuck you NASA too. Where it's
exactly.
like,
It's yeah, it's I really hope he wins. I don't like I don't really give a crap for Leo, because I feel like every role he does, it's towards an Oscar. And the Martian felt like Matt Damon, like, yeah, yeah, this looks like a good project, I'll do it.
I feel like with Leo in this film is if he wins it, it's gonna be they always do that like we owe you an Oscar thing for one.
Right.
And then for two, I think what he went through physically filming this is what's really impressive because they were actually out in the wilderness, they were actually out in the snow. He took a real beating making this film. And so I think
Hmm.
they would take that into account more than his performance, which is good. Don't get me wrong, his performance is great. He's always really good.
Mhm.
But I'm kind of with you. I thought Matt Damon I thought it was really great. And he spends the whole movie like acting to himself. So
Right. Yeah.
that's also really impressive to not have a scene partner. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Do you think you could ever act in a that type of situation where it's literally just you the entire time?
Yes, I think it would be really challenging. I think it'd be
Mhm.
really challenging, and you'd have to find ways to make it work. But yeah, I could do it.
Mhm.
Not clearly not as well as Matt Damon. He did an
Right.
amazing job. Not gonna put myself up there with Damon.
Are you sure? You can.
No, don't want to take any credit away from that guy. I just watched Good Will Hunting was on TV the other day, and I caught sort of the end of it, and I was like, I do like this movie. I hadn't seen it in so long.
I've still never seen that movie.
Oh, really? It's good.
All I know of it is from what I saw in Jay and Bob Strike Back.
Yeah.
That's my only exposure to Good Will Hunting.
Fair enough. You should watch it.
Yeah, Robin Williams.
Oh, I know. Now it's yeah.
When they re-released Aladdin on Blu-ray, my nephew got it. And this is a couple months ago, and he's been watching it, and I'm just like, oh, Robin, and then I look at my nephew and I'm like, he'll never know.
He'll never know.
He'll never know who this great man was.
We used to watch Aladdin on repeat.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if our parents let us, we'd watch it 3 times in a day. We'd just rewind it because it was VHS and restart her over again.
I think I still do have it on VHS somewhere.
I think my parents still do somewhere. I think they have all our old VHSs.
There we go. So no, what's going on the acting front?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
No, I've just been on a bit of a break. Bit of a break, so.
There you go. I hear you. I haven't done a project in I think 2 years, and I've been going. I'm going a little crazy.
Yeah, me too. I'm feeling you.
Yeah, I at least like to do at least one project a year. So, but I would really like to get back into it, but I need the thing that worries, it's not the biggest thing that worries me is having a computer to edit it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I'm just like, well, I don't know if this computer can handle it. Probably not. But
and that's a big part.
Yeah, exactly. So
fairly key component, the editing computer.
And then, well, and of course, I still want to do something with Bobcat. So.
Yes. Oh, Bobcat. I haven't seen him for a while.
I was chatting with him a couple weeks ago. So.
Nice. How's he doing? Good?
Yeah, he's doing good. It was funny though. I started questioning his love life.
Uh-oh.
And because here's the thing, I've known Bobcat since 2008, and between then and now, I've never seen him in a relationship.
Yeah.
So I just asked him, like, Johnny, when was the last time you were in a relationship? And he goes, why are you asking me that? I go, well, because I don't know your history past 2000 or before 2008. And so that's when he was like, oh, because I'm always giving him crap about his relationship.
Well, friends, you gotta do that sometimes.
I just want him to have a ton of bobcats running around.
Big bobcats.
Exactly. That's my thing. And I want them to have his face, boy or girl.
Oh, no.
And to talk like him.
The poor little girl, though. Come on.
I know.
Let's just hope they're all boys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, there's somebody out there for everyone, right? Do you have an embarrassing moment that you've had in front of somebody you were crushing with, whether it was now or even back in the old school days of elementary?
Oh gosh, I'm sure I do. I just trying to obviously nothing so much and so traumatizing that I can recall it right now. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I'm constantly doing embarrassing things. So
I don't
I'm sure I've done many, many
know.
embarrassing things in front of a crush. Oh, let me think if there's anything specific. No, I don't have a big traumatizing, or if I do, I've completely blocked it out of my memory.
That's the best. Okay, well then I don't want to bring it back out.
No, it's
And then
okay
all
if
of a
I can
sudden
remember it.
you remember it, and then your whole life changes, and then you're wearing a straight jacket covered in fluffy walls.
Yeah,
Although that kind of sounds nice to me. I don't know why.
it kind of sounds cozy.
Yeah, I mean everywhere you go, it's a bed. So
Yeah, that's key. Everywhere you go, being in bed would be nice.
yeah, you can
Lay
sleep
down
standing
wherever
up
you want.
finally.
No, I'm sure I've done many dumb things, especially when when you're a teenager and you sort of get drunk for the first time at some party,
Mm.
and I'm sure I've done some stupid things in front of boys I had crushes on, but I think as you get older, you just stop being embarrassed about those things.
All right.
That's why nothing's really coming to mind right now. I just don't care.
What kind of drunk are you? Were you / are you?
Oh, well, when I was young, I was probably a little out of control because you don't have that. You haven't quite found where your limits are, right?
Right. And then you're like, "Hey, I'm young. I'm invincible." Woo!
And then 10 minutes later, you're throwing up in a bush. Yeah.
Get
Someone,
Stacy.
someone's,
Stacy.
someone's backyard keg party. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come hold my hair. So we've all had those moments where you're just kind of figuring it out. Now I just kind of, if I do have a few too many, I just usually become like I love everybody and I'm having the best time ever. And then
Yeah.
at some point, I'm just really tired and I take myself home. Like I just get that switch where I'm like, okay, guys, bye. Or I don't usually say bye. I usually just leave because I'm like,
Oh,
bed.
okay.
I need bed now.
See, I always prefer because if I'm drunk and we're all having a good time, I want everybody to stay there. So just sneaking out is the best.
I do. I sneak out.
I told Johnny that we were at a party and I was very drunk, and he's like, "I gotta go." I said, "Don't go." He goes, well, "But I gotta go." No, no, you stay here unless you sneak out when I'm not looking. But I'm always looking. I'm looking for you. And then 5 minutes later, he snuck out. And then
You weren't looking.
I wasn't looking, and I remember slow clapping right by myself, and people were just staring at me.
Deserved a slow clap though. Just because they don't know why you were slow clapping doesn't mean
Exa-
Johnny didn't deserve it.
exactly. So I appreciate that. Just don't say bye. Just leave.
I do that. I do that.
You,
Also known as the Houdini.
oh, I like
Mm-hmm.
that.
And I think I've heard it called the Irish goodbye, although I'm not sure. And ghosting, you could call it
Ghosting.
too.
Okay.
Ghosting or the
I
Houdini.
I kind of like the Houdini more.
I do too. I do too. I always use I use it as a verb. I say I Houdini'd last night.
Yeah. And then the guys you tell it to are like, "Oh, all right," and it's like, "No, not that."
No, I just went home. I went home
Oh,
and
okay.
didn't tell anybody.
Oh, geez, Melissa, you Houdini'd? Oh, God. I wouldn't
Nothing
even do
weird.
that. Oh.
Yeah, it's so funny. Anything you say these days has a double entendre.
I know. It's for us immature guys, it's the best.
Yeah, you
I
can
don't,
say
I don't,
anything, some
I,
dirty meaning to it.
exactly. But, um, Let's see. What else? What else do you feel like chatting about?
You know what I just watched that I really enjoyed?
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Better Call Saul.
Okay. Okay. I still have yet to watch it.
I finally got around to it. I was on my PVR and I hadn't seen it, and I finally got around to it, and I just watched the first season, and it's really good. I don't know why I'm surprised, because it's Vince Gilligan, and like Breaking Bad was so good. So there's no reason for it not to be good. But I really got into it.
And it plays before the events of Breaking Bad, right?
Yes, it plays a fair bit before. It's good. It's really well done. It's really well acted and written, obviously. Yeah, I recommend it to you.
I definitely should get into it, because I mean, we've talked about Breaking Bad and how much I enjoy it, we enjoy it. So yeah, I don't know why I haven't watched it. I just
I was the same way. And now you have to. It's not Breaking Bad. It's very different.
Right.
But it's also has all the similarities, because it's Albuquerque, and it's these people that you see in Breaking, like Mike is in it, and Saul, obviously, but before he was Saul. And so it's really, you should definitely watch it.
All right. I will. I'll watch that and Mad Men.
Mad Men.
Need to finish that.
So we can't even talk about the end. So once you finish Mad Men, we have to chat again.
Oh, okay. No, I definitely am going to watch it, because I was looking online, and the Blu-rays are like $15. So I was like, well, come on, I can't afford not to get caught up.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, exactly. So so there's season 6, and then 2 seasons of the final, or whatever they call it. It's season 7, but broken up.
7A and 7B, or however you want to call it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm not that far behind.
No, you're not. It's a huge undertaking, but I kind of want to start from the beginning again and watch it all.
I want to say I did that a couple years, probably before the 5th season came out on Blu-ray, just because it's a good show, and yeah.
And when it started, you've watched it over so many years that you do kind of forget little things here and there, and then you go back and watch it, and you get different layers, because you already know the main plot point, so you're looking for other things, and it's
right. And when I was watching it for the second time, the first season anyway, I just forgot how funny it was.
Oh yeah, it's very witty.
And yeah, and then if you were to explain it to your friend, oh yeah, well, it's about New York ad agency where this one girl doesn't realize she's pregnant until the final episode, and this British guy gets his foot run over by a lawnmower inside an office building. It's just what?
About that.
Yeah. See, exactly. Everyone forgets about it. It's just craziness.
That was so good.
Okay, so as a woman, do you feel like you wouldn't know you were pregnant for months and months?
Every time I hear a story about somebody not knowing they're pregnant for months and months, I think it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
But
okay.
I have heard of cases where nothing changes in someone's body until it's been a considerable amount of time. One of my best friends is pregnant right now, and she didn't really show until about her 6th month or so, and then all of a sudden it was like, bam, you're pregnant. She knew, of course. She purposely got pregnant, but if you just saw her walking down the street, there was no physical indication. You couldn't tell she was pregnant until now she's huge, but so I can see how if you were one of those people who didn't show for a long time, you didn't gain weight, and then yeah, I really sincerely hope that I never get accidentally pregnant and don't know for
yes,
6 months.
Yes.
But there have been people documented that didn't know they were pregnant until they are literally having a baby.
Right, like those stories where they're
insane.
They're sitting on the toilet and all of a sudden, whoop.
Yeah.
Water birth.
or they're, they're in labor and they're having these crazy pains and don't know why and go to the hospital and the doctor says, you are delivering a child right now.
Yeah, kind of like Robin Williams' classic Jack. It all comes back to Robin.
Oh, Jack. It all comes back to Robin.
Is it weird to watch that movie? Well, I'm not saying you've watched it recently, and neither have I, but to watch that movie and think, and to think, like, Bill Cosby's in this movie?
Oh, gosh. I saw that movie in the theater, and I've not seen it since.
Oh, okay.
I certainly should rewatch it. Oh, Cosby. Oh.
I know I've seen it within the last 5 years because I have HBO, and I'm sure it was on at one point.
No, I have. I definitely haven't seen that since the theater. And I know I watched it in the theater. I remember.
Yeah, I remember watching that in the theater too, like the crappy dollar theater by my grandma's house in El Paso. I saw it with my dad and my sister. See, I remember everything.
Well, I lived in a small town, and the theater only ever had 2 movies at any given time. So you saw them both because that was all there was, right?
Yeah. Would they at least change them out weekly or monthly?
They would change them out when they got... No, it would depend, right? Really popular things would run longer. So, let's say Batman was there and it would run for a long time because people were still going to see it.
Right.
And then they would get something new and change it out. So it was like a normal theater where really popular things stay on. But if you only have 2 options, then you're like, come on, I've seen Batman 4 times. Give me something else.
More Batman Returns. Here you go.
Yeah, I actually like Batman Returns. That's the one with DeVito, right? As the Penguin?
Yeah. I enjoyed that one too. I'm going to tell you a little embarrassing story of when Chris was single.
Oh yeah, do it.
So I was in Chicago, and I was looking to meet people. So I heard there was Tinder and like Plenty of Fish and all these random dating apps. So I was like, you know what, Chris is going to try one. Let's do this, Chris. And
how else are you going to meet girls?
Exactly, because I'm I know I have this super cool persona that I put on, but I'm just like a shy guy. And so I go on these sites, and of course I question everybody on the site because they're too attractive, And I'm just kind of thinking, I would have seen you if you lived in this area. This is bullshit. So I'm just like saying no. Exactly. Like there must be a hot part of this city I don't know about, because I know I would have crossed your path accidentally or opened the door for you and you just walk past me. So, it's like, come on. But then there was this one girl who I guess she liked me only to tell me that I look like Danny DeVito.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that was her whole reasoning of liking my photo. And so I didn't know.
No.
I didn't know how to take that. And of course, the first image that pops in my mind is Danny DeVito in Batman Returns when he's at the end of the movie in that skin tight. Yeah, as Penguin when he's in the long johns or whatever, and you see his whole body, you see his like non-existent ass.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking of, and so I just say, like what era of Danny DeVito are you talking about? And then she never responded, and I just felt angry because I was just like, at least tell me which DeVito you're thinking of.
Well, you don't want to be the Penguin DeVito, but you also don't want to be the more recent It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia DeVito.
Right? Yeah, I don't. And so that guy, what DeVito do I want to be? I mean, in Twins, he wasn't the greatest.
Taxi?
I get
like DeVito from Taxi.
I get. I see. It's like a lose-lose situation. I mean, part of me wants to say Matilda DeVito just because I like that movie, but he was also kind of a bad guy. And so yeah, I don't what.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I got
Yeah,
called.
you don't want to be twins.
Yeah, no. So I got called Danny DeVito, and then I said I am done with this.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair to be done with it after that.
And again, no offense to Danny DeVito. It's just like, well, all right, that's the kind of people I'm dealing with. No, thank you.
I think DeVito knows where he stands on the quirky-looking scale.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He plays it up. He knows.
Well, I mean, is he? I don't think he can see over the scale, right? He's that short.
He can't see over it, so
wait,
yeah,
let's take a guess which roller coaster Danny DeVito can get on.
Ooh, like like at Disneyland where
like
Space Mountain, he can. Yeah,
I think the teacups.
But he could probably get on Space Mountain, just.
But
okay. none of the big Six Flags roller coasters.
Right. Oh yeah, no. Are you kidding? The not DeVito friendly.
No, he's too little.
They have a picture of the penguin, and it has the Ghostbusters crossed out symbol. And so
yes.
Danny DeVito always goes, hoping that one day they'll take it down, but unfortunately they won't.
The same ride operator every day just has to say, "Go home, Danny."
No, he gets a broom. Day. He gets a broom. Hey, nope. This is the exactly. He has a water spray bottle with water, and he's just spraying DeVito. This is the best Family Guy sketch ever.
Oh, it's right up Family Guy's alley. Danny trying to get on a roller coaster and some guy
DeVito.
shooing him away and spraying.
There we go. But yeah. So. Oh, I was gonna tell you to do. I'm gonna give you a homework.
Okay.
Have you seen? Well, I mean, it depends if you've seen it. Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl.
Yes.
Oh my God. What did you think of that movie?
I cried a lot.
Yes.
Just to let you know that I cried a lot.
Yes,
I really liked it. It was really good.
I have to say, out of 2015, all the movies I saw, I loved that movie.
It was phenomenal. I felt the same way. I watched it because I'd heard many praise for it. I'd heard a lot of good things. So I finally got around to watching it, and I had fairly high expectations because it had been praised so highly. But it lived up to them. It was so good.
See, I saw the trailer and thought, oh, hey, that looks like a good Chris movie, whatever. And then when it was finally available to rent, I was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to rent this. And I accidentally bought it. And and I was like, well, I hope I like this. Yeah, exactly. I was like, I hope I like this movie. But yes, I was crying so much.
Oh gosh, it was
end of the
touching.
Movie.
Yeah. It was really good. I thought it was fantastic.
It was so good. I actually ran out and bought the physical version of it.
Now you have it twice.
Exactly. I just want it in my collection, so.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch that again.
But yeah, so that was my movie of the year.
I'm trying to think if I have a movie of 2015. No, that one I really liked it. I thought it was really good.
Mad Max.
No. No, not for me. Not for me.
Fantastic Four.
Oh, did not watch. Did not.
See,
will not.
I watched the movie. And I look, here's the thing about old Chrissy. I enjoy every movie, right? Because I have low expectations all the time.
Yes.
Except for Batman v Superman. That's going to be the best movie of the year.
This is what everybody seems to think.
I don't care how bad it is. It's the best movie of the year.
Fair enough.
Screw you, Marvel. I want my DC. I'm a huge DC fan, so I'm all on board.
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, exactly. And so, what was I talking about? Oh, Fantastic Four. I enjoy the movie up until they get their powers.
Oh, and then it just kind of goes downhill from there?
Yeah, because then it turns into Reshoot City.
Yeah.
And so, but, the first hour is so solid, and it's just like, oh, man, this actually could have been something.
Interesting. I still don't think I'll watch it.
No, I bought it, but that's only because it was on sale.
Fair enough.
They practically just, gave it to me, so I was like, I guess, all right.
I have the most random movie collection because I used to live in Victoria. I used to live right down the street from Pick-a-Flick.
Uh-oh.
And I'd go into Pick-a-Flick and they'd have the previously viewed and they'd be 3 for $5 or something. So if I hadn't seen a movie, instead of renting it, I'd just buy the previously viewed ones because they were cheaper than actually renting and I didn't have to bring it back. So I have this movie collection that is half movies that I really like and are really good, and then half just random movies that make no sense that I have.
Yeah.
And my friend Ben came over the other day to borrow. He doesn't have cable, so he's like, "Can I just borrow some DVDs?" And I said, "Of course, come on over." And he's going through them, and he's saying, "What? Why do you have this? And why do you have this? And why do you have Extract with Jason Bateman?"
Hey. There's nothing wrong with Extract. I own it. I'm looking at it right now.
I'm looking at it right now, too. That's why I said it. But, just movies that are, I have all these, classic ones, and then I have Extract and whatever else.
Yeah, teen fart movie 3.
No, I don't have any of those, but I've got,
okay.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
There you go. Well, Melissa, as always, I like talking to you.
Yeah.
And we have to do this again.
Of course. Well, thank you for having me on, and I hope we had some interesting enough discussions to create a podcast with.
Oh, yeah. No, of course we did. It's always interesting.
Perfect. Well, yes, let's do it again. And yeah, whenever you want, I'm game.
There you go. And I always say this, but I still want to work with you. We will make that happen.
Oh, we will. Don't worry, it'll happen.
I have how good are you with focusing a camera?
Not very.
Because I have this idea for a short, but the idea in me is that it just be a 2-person set.
Okay.
Meaning, me and the other actor.
Well, I could learn. I mean, I've used I can learn.
There we go.
Don't worry.
All right.
I'm very teachable.
There we go. Well, I'll also just probably get Bobcat. He'll just stand around.
Yeah, it sounds good.
We'll turn it into a 3-person set.
Just us and Bobcat.
Yes, that's all we need.
Awesome.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful day, okay?
You too. It's nice to talk to you.
You too. And don't work too hard.
I'll try. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.